Greetings and great day. Happy Monday. Dr. Dominique Reese here, president of Reese Financial Services, where I am the chief financial coach, consultant, and strategist. And I am quite excited about today's message because I realized I have said things about the three E's, and I'm not sure that I've educated you about what they are and how they work. So we're going to take a little time to do that this morning. First, I want to give a shout out to my best friend Artely. Thanks, Art, for sending me some of those resources. I am so very grateful to everyone who taps in, and particularly those people who tap in, watch, to the end, make a comment, and then share resources. I did say I wanted to learn a little bit more about some of the global affairs that are happening. I wasn't quite sure about one or two things, and my friend sent me some resources and leveled me up. So that's what it's about. I appreciate that. Let's level each other up. So today I want you to focus on increasing your income, particularly because in this season, I think, well, one, we could all use a little bit more money in our households. But when you really do start to think about shifting your financial life, coming into your higher financial self, accomplishing some goals that you have financially, and really in your life, because money's a tool, and it facilitates a lot of our life goals. So no matter what you're trying to do in your life, you probably need money to do it, and if you don't, that's great. But in this conversation with you, I want you to consider what you're trying to do in this season. What moves are you attempting to make? What goals have you set? What desires are in your heart? And in thinking about what those things are, how are you going to make it happen? And particularly, how are you going to do it quickly? So, using the three E's is how we all get paid. We get paid based on three E's that we all have. Now, if you've decided you're not going back to school, you're not getting any more training, you're not developing yourself any more than where you are currently, you have three E's that you can leverage to increase your income. I have done it. I have encouraged others to do it. I have trained others on how to do it. And when you do it, you're truly leveraging all that you have. And again, if you've made a decision that you're not going to further develop yourself, you still have things to offer that you can leverage and increase your income. Now, I don't know how far it will take you without developing yourself, because I believe that development is a lifelong journey. So even if you've come to a point in your career, in your professional life, where you feel like you've reached that pinnacle moment, there's probably something more you can do to develop yourself, which would then give you more leverage in using your three E's. So, what are the three E's? The three E's are your education, your experience, and your expertise. These are the three ways in which we get paid. People pay us for our education because we go to college, we go to get a degree. And what does that mean? Well, that means we're putting a dedicated time and energy into learning something, right? Into mastery, into getting educated. And that is an investment. Don't look at that as money spent. Look at that as an investment into a certain industry, sector, area of expertise, and you're getting educated about it. So now you can speak from an informed place. You're not out here guessing. You're not out here um, hypothesizing. You're truly speaking, showing up based on what you've been trained around. Okay. So education is how we get paid. People pay us based on the degrees that we have. People pay us based on the credentials that we have. People pay us based on the vocation or the trade that we have taken up. So when you get educated, you, my friend, can charge more for the work you do that is aligned with that education. Why? Because others aren't going to get educated. They're not going to school for what you're going to school for. They are not taking that 16-week, vocational trade course or class to pick up a new skill. They're not studying for an exam to deepen their learning and understanding in a certain area to now get a designation. And when you show up in the world with those credentials, with that education, with those certificates for a specific vocation or trade, you have now empowered yourself, but you've franchised yourself. A lot of times we feel disenfranchised. Well, now you've franchised yourself. You have created more worth to what you're doing because you've taken the time to concentrate some efforts into deepening your knowledge. And you deserve to be paid more for that because the person who's going to come to you to work with you has chosen not to do that for themselves for whatever reason, right? First reason being they're too busy deepening their education in their area, right? So that's why we pay people. That's why we hire professionals to do the things that we don't do well because they have invested in themselves. So we're going to invest in ourselves through them. And that's how you've got to start looking at these three E's. They are investments into yourself, but that's what we want others to do. We want others to invest in themselves through us because of our education, expertise, and experience. So that's education. That's the things that are on your resume that have a start and end time, right? I went to school, I got a degree. I went to a vocation or trade class, I got a certificate. I studied for the exam, now I have the designation. Education. I've taken online classes, I've gone to webinars, I've gone to professional development seminars, education. And you've been doing this for a long time. Don't stop. The next E is experience. So you've got experiences. You have been through some things, right? And I want you to think about the latest thing that you've been through because that actually is a very telling sign of one, where you may be headed, but two, how you can take what you've just gone through, leverage it, and create an income stream from it. Now, a lot of us have been through some dark things and everything in divine order. I'm telling you, even the dark things are meant to be brought to light so that they can be shared and that you can be the solution to someone else. What is a business? A business is an entity that is started for profit by solving a problem or meeting a need. So when we think about an additional stream of income, we need to think that we are solving a problem. We are meeting a need. How many problems and needs are out there, right? And in this day and age of online, internet, content creation, courses, coaching, we are in a space where you get to sell your experience. You get to take what you've gone through and share it with other people who are similarly going through that experience, about to go through that experience, or just went through it or are in it. Okay? And they are looking for a solution. They are looking for you to show up in your divine order to proffer and offer how you got through it. How you got through it. Maybe you've survived domestic violence. I'm sure there are 3 steps you can highlight about how you got through it. Maybe you survived being raped, right? Some of the darkest things that have happened to us are not meant to be kept inside. There is someone else who has gone through that and is looking for a way to heal her trauma, right? I'm sure you can help her or him. There's someone who is in transition trying to move out of the country. I am sure if you have successfully moved out of the country, you can offer 3 to 5 things to that person who's also trying to move up out of the country, right? Everything you've been through can be packaged and sold to increase your income. Yes, it can. And you're sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars by not taking a look at all of the experiences you've been through. This is not necessarily the stuff that's on your resume. This is the stuff that's in your soul. This is the stuff that you've seen and been through, right? Maybe you've gone to jail and now you out. You could probably help somebody who's still in jail on how to keep their mental right for getting out, how to prepare to get out, what to do in the first 30 days after you get out. That's good. I might have to write that down. Anytime you complete an experience, what is it like afterwards, right? What are the first 30 days like after you've lost weight, after you've gone vegan, after you've moved out of the country, after you've cut your hair off, completely off? What are the first 30 what are the first things you do in the first 30 days? When you stop eating sugar. Like, everything you are doing and experiencing and have experienced can be taught to someone else. The third E is your expertise. Now, this is where you can bring in your actual professional life, right? When you've been in something for 5, 10, 15 years, right? You've got expertise in that area. So this is not your education, because maybe you didn't even go to school, but maybe you just went to work and now you've been working at the county for 20 years. You've been working at a local nonprofit for 10, 15 years. You've been working wherever you work for 7 years. You've been a manager for 10 years. You have expertise that can be packaged and sold. And this is where you can position yourself as a consultant or a coach in your lane for a very specific outcome. What is the outcome that you help others achieve? Is it to save money, save time? Or increasing income, saving the company X amount of dollars through operational efficiency? What is it that your expertise creates a result or outcome for? I help lost teens get found. I've been working in that space for 15 years. Oh, okay. Okay. So you got an expertise in working with youth, right? Maybe you're a plumber and you've seen every situation under the sink. You can bring an expertise around the work you do and sell your expertise as a consultant. Go to conferences and speak. Construction companies, new developers for new projects, the city's always putting out bids for all kinds of things, trainings and actual work. But even in those trades, you have an expertise that can be packaged and sold as a consultant. So now you're helping people with the what, possibly the how. That's all consultants do. They look at a problem and tell you what you should do about it. Some consultants will implement with you. Others just tell you what you should do about it, and they will help monitor your team implement it. Greatest work ever. I find when I'm consulting, it is the easiest money ever. I just get to come in and tell you what to do. I don't even have to do it. Just tell you. And then maybe guide the experience, offer some expertise. So, 3 E's: education, experience, expertise. That's how we can increase our income in this season where we've got all kinds of things happening financially, and you may be feeling the crunch. You may be thinking, I don't want to go get another job. That's a active stream of income. Well, even if you don't get a job, you may very well have to show up in order to create this additional stream of income using one of your 3 E's. But nevertheless, once you show up one time, if it's a system you can build, then you don't have to show up anymore after that. Okay? And I'd like to also just go back to education for a second, because you may have taken courses, right, over these past 3 years about how to flip real estate, how to invest in the stock market, how to run a rental car business through Turo. Like, you may have been tapping in to these money making ideas. Um, that's part of your education. Now it's time to implement. Don't be that person who's just bought the course but is not implementing the education. Time to activate, right? So, education doesn't have to be formal. It can be taking a course because you've invested. You've invested in these programs with the coaches and the gurus and the moguls and all of that. So ultimately, you need to activate this education and make it knowledge. Put it to use now. So think about your 3 E's, which ones you're leveraging right now today, and which ones you can either activate because you're not activating it at all, or take it to another level. How can you streamline or simplify one of those streams? And let me tell you, if you're getting paid in your job, one of the easiest ways to increase your income is when it's time for your performance review. It's time to increase income and negotiate a bump in something, whether it's a one time bonus or an increase in salary, or even maybe possibly negotiating your benefits, because you have the power to do that. You're just not. It's time to exercise our powers using our 3 E's. Let this be an increase in income season, right? Where if you're like, all right, I make 56,000, I want to hit 60. It's only four more G's away, right? Think in milestones. Okay, I make 75, I want to hit 80. How can I get another 5,000 coming in? Right? I make 36,000. I need to hit 42. All right, that's only 6,000 away. What can I do to make 6,000 in the next 9 months? Set a milestone and think about which of those 3 E's you're leveraging or not leveraging, so that you can begin to leverage it and then hit that milestone. Okay? We are in the increased income season. These are the 3 E's that can help you increase your income in this season. So take a look at where you are and think about the milestone associated with why this matters to you. Buy into your own why, and then commit. Commit to how can I, not, oh, I can't until mindset. Nope, we're not doing the if then statements. How can I increase my income by fill in the blank? And now subconsciously, our subconscious mind is going to start generating, oh, she or he wants to make more money. Let me start putting things in front of them to make more money. She reading a book about how to make more money. She reading, that's how that happens subconsciously. So think about it today. Assess where you are in your 3 E's. Set a milestone goal for increasing your income to the next $3,000 to $5,000, if not more, right? And then from there, how can I make this happen? Drop in the comment below one way you're thinking about increasing your income. Let's share it out. Let's see what's on our minds. All right? Have a productive, prosperous, peaceful day. Go out and activate your mind around your 3 E's today. And I look forward to sharing with you another day. Peace. Dr. Dominique, I'm out.